NightFall, if you manage to answer any of the following questions, you are a genius. 10 facts that will make you question reality. Wow, quiz! Let's start with something simple. What was the color of Earth before it became blue? Is it A, light gray, B, yellow-green, or C, purple? Yes, NASA found that our planet may have been purple for the first 2 billion years. That is because a molecule called retinol, instead of giving nature a green color, it absorbed green light and reflected red and violet to give the Earth a nice purple hue. Wow. Fast forward to the age of dinosaurs. What sound did dinosaurs really make? Was it A, hiss like a snake? B, roll like a crocodile? C, coo like an emu? D, all of the above. These 3 are experts' guesses about the true sound of dinosaurs. What we can be quite confident of is that the sounds in Jurassic Park are most likely wrong. And by the way, most dinosaurs had feathers too. Speaking of feathers, let me give you an easy one. Which of these birds can best talk like humans? Is it A, raven, B, ostrich, or C, parrot? We all know parrots as the talking bird, but ravens can actually learn some of our words better than parrots.
Say nevermore.
Ravens can also copy other noises like car engines and toilet flushing.
Hello.
Hello.
Good bird.
Parrots are overrated. Now, speaking of things that can fly, what fell from the sky that shocked Kentucky? Was it A, flowers, B, meat, or maybe C, candy? The answer is B. I am not kidding. Chunks of red meat fell from the heavens. The only theory that made sense to many scientists later on was that vultures ate too much that day and vomited the meat while they were up in the air. Now on to more facts that will make you question the reality. If a South Korean baby was born on December 31st, what is their age the next day on January 1st? Is it A, 1 day old, B, 1 year old, or maybe C, 2 years old? South Koreans are considered 1 year old as soon as they get born because they count the months while the baby was inside the womb. On top of that, Koreans change their age every new year and not on their actual birthday. So even if your Korean age is 30, you are still considered 29 by the rest of the world. And let us bend your concept of time even more. What year is it in Ethiopia right now? 2013, 2016 or 2020? Yes, when you go to Ethiopia, you take a trip back in time because their calendar is 7 to 8 years behind the standard one. The difference lies on when they believe Jesus was born. The Ethiopian calendar has 13 months in a year. Their last month only has 5 or 6 days if it's a leap year, and they also celebrate New Year on September 11th. Damn! I don't think I can trust the Earth anymore. How about we take a break and go to the moon? Which item was widely used only after the historic moon landing? A, non-stick pan, B, wheeled luggage, or C, hula hoop? We were smart enough to land on the moon in 1969, yet people still struggled to drag their bags. It was only in the late 80s, almost 2 decades, before a pilot named Bob Plath made this standard 2-wheeled luggage popular. Alfred Krupa from Poland already had the idea in the 50s, but it was only in the 70s that more people started flying, so there, Bob Plath got his golden chance to shine. Now next, let's test again how the history can make you question the reality. Which school was built before the Aztec civilization? Is it Yale, Harvard, Oxford, or maybe none of the above? students at the University of Oxford in 1096 did not study about the Aztecs. Heck, it was more possible for the Aztecs to study them. Oxford became a full-blown university by the 1200s, while in Mexico, the Aztec civilization only progressed in the 1300s. And speaking of the ancient, how about we see if you get this one right? Which country has the most pyramids in the world? Is it A. Sudan, B. Egypt, or C. Mexico? Oh, mommy. Sudan has up to 255 known pyramids, while Egypt only has 138. Last but not least, another underrated country. The island nation of Tuvalu is so small that around 10% of its income comes from just one thing. Can you guess what that resource is? A. Celebrity, B. Web domain, C. Game show. .tv. Because of its name, Tuvalu officially owns the web domain .tv. Obviously a jackpot for media companies. Tuvalu gets $5 million per year just by renting out this domain. All from just a dot and 2 letters. It's mind-blowing how much we still don't know about our own world, and that's why I'm here to explore it all with you. Because this was a wow quiz! And now we are 10 answers smarter.
Meanwhile,
Li Hua was 18 years old when he was diagnosed with an incredibly rare spinal condition that left him folded. It is hard to imagine a life like this, but he had to live seeing the world upside down for 28 years. 3 parts of his body looked connected. He ate, bathed, and slept like this, spending most of his life in physical and mental pain. And worst of all, because of the crazy complexity of his condition, every doctor declined to operate on him. They were afraid to take a real risk because any surgery in his state could simply kill him.
个地方讲得好，就带他去治，都没有效。
But his mother didn't want to see her son live like that. Even after 28 years, she never stopped believing that one day he can live a normal life and walk among us. So they traveled the whole China trying to find a doctor who's brave enough to save her son. Year after year with no success until finally they met Dr. Tao Huiren, the only doctor who was willing to take a risk and unfold Li. It took 2 weeks for Dr. Tao to come up with a plan, and the plan itself sounded insane. They needed to break his bones and then reconstruct them.
他的手术是一个非常有挑战性的手术，从我们医疗的技术角度，它是一个珠穆朗玛。
It took 4 crazy operations, breaking bone after bone. Every single break could kill him. But being folded for so many years, deep inside, Li was ready to take that risk. It took days for the surgeries and years of believing they could work. Li's mother could have given up over the years. Dr. Tao could have given up like other doctors, and the folded man could have given up and simply end his life. But none of them did. That's why what you're about to see is a miracle. After almost 3 decades of never-ending pain, misery, and hope, the impossible became possible. The folded man is no longer folded. It is so humanly beautiful to see him like this. Just try to imagine for a second living your life folded, seeing the world upside down, not being able to lie on your back, relying on your mom for everything.
我治理以后，就是看到新卫疗给我治比以前老了很多了，头发也白掉了，看到至少过一个期。他也没有一辈子教过我，所以想把这个病找到治好，早点感谢他的辅导了。
It is beautiful that a person who lived among us, yet never been given a regular life, finally can walk with us. A folded man who saw the world upside down can unfold and look up to the sky with his head held high. May his story show us that when people around us don't give up on us, and most importantly when we don't give up on ourselves, the impossible can become possible.